The door was half open when I heard the zipper. Soft, deliberate. I stood in the hallway with my keys still in my hand, listening to fabric slide over skin that used to be mine without question. She stepped into the light a second later, sports top clinging, leggings tight like a second decision already made. Nothing underneath, no backup, no modesty, just intent. She caught my reflection in the mirror and smiled without warmth. "Where are you going dressed like that?" I asked, already knowing I didn't want the answer. She didn't even turn around. "I have a class with a new gym trainer." Something in her tone wasn't casual, it was practiced. I took one step forward. Slow, careful. "No way you're going out like that." She finally faced me, eyes sharp, mouth curved with that familiar smirk I once mistook for confidence. "What are you gonna do? You're not my dad. You can't tell me what to wear." The room went quiet. I watched her grab her bag, watched her fingers tremble just slightly. Not fear, anticipation. I picked up my phone and made one call. For 3 nights after that, she didn't come home before midnight. She started showering the moment she walked in. Phone face down, screen locked. A new password she said she'd just changed randomly. Her perfume changed too, not the soft one she wore for me, something sharper, younger. I told myself it was insecurity. I told myself love doesn't interrogate. But doubt doesn't shout, it whispers. I began to notice the details she forgot to hide. The unexplained soreness in her hips, the sudden obsession with protein shakes, the way she flinched when I touched her lower back, the way she smiled at texts and wiped the screen clean when I entered the room. At dinner she talked about calories and reps and posture, never names, never stories, just absence. So I became invisible. I stopped asking where she was going, stopped reacting, stopped caring, on the surface. Inside, I was mapping patterns. Gym visits 4 times a week. Late nights, always the same too. Her phone buzzed at 11:07 p.m. like clockwork on Tuesdays. The call I made that night wasn't angry, it was precise. Phone records, location data, gym access logs. The kind of information that doesn't need trust, just leverage. For 2 weeks, I watched the quiet evidence stack like clean blades on a table. Her phone connecting to a private Wi-Fi network that didn't belong to the gym. Her location staying long after closing hours. A repeated number saved under a woman's name. The worst part wasn't the betrayal, it was how predictable it was. The final confirmation arrived on a Tuesday. A single file, time-stamped, no emotion in the data, just truth. He wasn't just a trainer, he was the trainer. Married, 2 kids, same routine as mine, just a different house to return to. I printed the report at work, white paper, black ink. No bled, no drama, just facts that would carve through 2 lives. That night she was late again. I set the papers on the dining table and waited in the dark. She came in humming, stopped when she saw me. "Why are you sitting like that?" she asked, trying to laugh. I slid the first page across without a word. Her eyes moved fast at first, then slower, then froze. The color drained from her face the way sound drains from a room before something breaks. "Explain," I said quietly. She opened her mouth, closed it, tried again. "It's not what you think." I placed the second page down, then the third. Her legs gave out. She sat on the floor like a child caught in a lie too big to lift. She cried. I didn't comfort. I waited. "You followed me?" she whispered. "No," I said. I listened. The next morning I sent the same file to one more number, his wife. I didn't add a message. The truth doesn't need commentary. By noon, the gym suspended him. By evening, she was locked in the bathroom screaming into her phone while I packed in silence. She begged without looking at me, cried without touching me, promised everything she'd already broken. I left the ring on the counter, right beside her gym bag. At the door, she called my name like it still meant something. I didn't turn around. Now the house is quiet in a way it never was with her in it. No suspense, no lies humming through the walls. Just space. I don't miss her body. I don't miss her voice. I miss the man I was before I learned how carefully she planned her exits while standing right in front of me. But that man is gone, and the one who walked away doesn't look back at mirrors anymore.